I'm here to support what the Episcopal Church is doing in regards to their connection with the United Nations for the Millennium Development Goals, eliminating extreme poverty. I'm a fan of that. I think our hands are very available. Roll up our sleeves twice to get the work done. My band, who does a YouTube tribute, will be here tonight, my local band. I am based out of Rome, Italy, with the second best band of YouTube in the world, YouTube being one. And we are going to combine the liturgy with YouTube music, as YouTube music itself is connected theologically and in such an uplifting spiritual way. People know the tunes, they sing along to them, and they feel alive with them. And for me, it's such a great example to walk in Christ's name, to walk in the shoes of many disciples, to do the work of Christ in acts, not in talk, not in just mere language, but that when we sing in joyous form, and that we honor, glorify, and exalt God as we know, through acts of love, through acts of song, and the greatest thing, the acts of compassion through that love. And combining with the liturgy and YouTube music, I think, is such a novel and extraordinarily fun event. We've had one before here in Southern California, and the Episcopal Church has had many all over the states. But I think at this level, we are the springboard, hopefully, of what can be and possibly what should be as a start to the YouTubers in all the Episcopal churches, and perhaps in non-Episcopal churches, to combine just that same effort of love and compassion, mostly in effort, in verb, in action, to work with those who are less fortunate, the chosen people of Christ, the poor, body, mind, spirit, all of that. And if our bodies, minds, and spirits are with Christ, we need to share that, and I believe that acts of love, it works. And so I'm going to belt out some tunes tonight. I'm going to try to engage people. I don't think it'll be too hard, because there's a lot of YouTube fans here.
There certainly are there's a lot of YouTube fans.
Yes.
You've created a lot of excitement with with what's called a
YouTuberist, yes.
YouTuberist. Now, can you explain that for people that aren't familiar with a YouTuberist?
Well, the Eucharist itself, when you are taking the bread and the blood in symbolic form of the body and the blood of Christ, there is a whole systematic form that the church has utilized. And what they're doing now is adding to that YouTube music. They've had other bands, per se, that do tribute to stuff, and sometimes just YouTube music through a CD, if you will, with backdrop, video, PowerPoint presentations of the sorts. And in this particular case, we're bringing my whole band to give it a whole, not just a three-dimensional feel, but really a live vibe in connection. So you'll have the ebb and flow of spirit. You'll have up and down. You'll have loud. You'll have soft. You'll have prayer. But it all involves YouTube music, because the words themselves in YouTube music, are again theologically connected, but they connect with people themselves, because it's so universal. For example, like the song "With or Without You." How often do you think, man, I'd love to live this life not without Christ, but if he could just turn around a little, and let me just kind of make that extra dollar, or maybe observe something my eye catches that I shouldn't really be eyeing, if you will, whether it be, brand new car, whether it be a brand new house, big house, the list goes on and on and on. But the first lyrics start out, see the stone set in your eye, see the thorn twist in your side, I wait for you. And clearly talked about Jesus, the death and the thorn, and not only in symbolic form that he was pierced, but in our own lives we twist. When you really dislike somebody, you may stab them, or you hate them, you twist it, and I think life oftentimes does that, and the darker powers of being, Satan, want us to twist that thorn, and the rest of us want to pull it out and heal that wound, and that's in the end of that verse. It says, I wait for you. And so when you think about that in your own personal life, it could be someone in your own family, an old situation you've had in growing up in school, a work situation, things at church, things in traffic. I mean, come on, we use language that we normally wouldn't use when no one's around. And so being reminded that Jesus is alive and well with us, and blending U2 music with this Eucharist, just kind of taking that blood in the wine, taking the bread as the body, and having symbolic, and really just have that spiritual connection and saying, yes, he is in me.